boys and girls, and welcome along to Cairn Cabin, County Cavan in Ireland, and my name is Margaret McKenna. Well, today we're going to do a badger, which is one of your suggestions, and I'm doing it from a different angle now because I've got a different camera, so hopefully it will work better and clearer. So yeah, it's a nice little easy one. I thought what I do is I do it at night time, because anytime I've seen badgers, unfortunately most times you see them, they're often dead at the side of the road, they've been hit. But the only time I've seen badgers is at night time, and a couple of times I've seen a couple of them running along the road, but they always seem to be active at night. So that's why I said I'll do one with a nice bright moon in the sky, and yeah, we'll do a badger at night. I can see the comments. If I look down here, I'm looking down at the computer because I can see if any comments are coming through there, if I can see them. And of course, as usual, please make sure you give me some suggestions for our little tub. Quite a lot of them in here now at the moment. I think I have them all together now, so I'll add to them. If I see any towards the end of the class, I'll put it in, and if not, I'll look at afterwards on the comments, and I'm sure I'll see it then, and I'll put them in. Okay, so let's start. As usual, I'm going to say your pencil, use it nice and light. Remember, I always say that at the beginning of every class, because some of the lines we will be rubbing out because we won't need, although we'll probably use most of the lines in this. It's a fairly simple one. But we will rub out some of them, and so I want to make it nice and light for you, so you can rub them out easy. I'm going to draw dark as usual, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to start with his head. So we're going to start with literally a triangle, sort of like at an angle. Okay, so here we go. So just under here, I'm just going to do a triangle. Just bring it down to about here. So we're going to do a kind of a slightly curve. So just literally just like that shape. Yeah, just like a triangle like that. You can see it, yeah, on the page there. Okay, and now we're going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit like, let me see now, another triangle inside that triangle, like that. See there? Big, long, skinny triangle inside that triangle. And then I'm going to add a little bit on like that, look. So we get another triangle. See that? So there was the original triangle like that. And then we put a long skinny triangle, and another long, just a long line like that, a little bit like that. And we put another little bit coming out the side like that. And this is kind of roundier, slightly roundy. So it's like almost like a lot of different triangles. A big triangle, a long skinny triangle, another one that makes a long skinny triangle. And then I suppose that's kind of triangle-y too, really, isn't it? Except it's kind of a roundier one. And we can put the little ears on here, and another ear on here like that, and that's kind of basically the shape for him, his face. Okay, now we're going to do his body, so we're going to work with this shape first. So we're going to do a big round shape like that, a little bit there, see, like that. So it's got like a big arch. You can imagine it's a big arch shape. Okay, and then we're just going to do a kind of a cutout shape in the middle of it. Going to make these sort of evenish, like that. And then we're going to do his body. So it's got a big kind of a fat body. So we're going to come up like that, and this is what we're going to do, and we'll do this sort of a shape. See, like that. Okay. So we get that kind of a shape. So it's quite an easy. So this little cutout and this big fat shape here on top, and then his legs are just going to are quite easy, because we're just going to come down like that off his bottom, and we're going to bring another one that's going to go up into his body like that. So bring that one up into his body, see, and then we put another little two bits like that coming down like that there. We won't see his paws because he's going to be in the grass, so we won't really see that. And then we have his tail, and for that we just do a tail out like that kind of a shape like that. I can put a little bit of hairs on it later on. Now I'm just going to get my rubber, and I'm going to just rub out the eraser here. I'm just going to rub out this bit here, just that line here. We don't need that line there, so that's why you do it nice and light. Now, okay, and we put a little nose on him too. We put a nose shape here like that. See? And even if you have a pencil, you can just do that into it now like that. Just make sure you know where it is. It's a good idea to do that sometimes, because it marks where it is on the page. And then we put a little line down the middle of his thing like that. See? You see that? You can. There. Okay, great stuff. Now, all we have to do now is get a line across here like that for the background. And I'm going to put a tree. It's a tree kind of with a branch thing out of it. So I'm just going to come down like a big one like that. Another one coming up like that. And we don't even need to finish it off, so we don't, because we can do that in the paint, okay? So now we're going to paint. So I'm using poster paints, which are like something like these ones here. There, these type here. But you could use acrylic, you can use crayons, you could use any kind of paint or colours really. Okay, so we're going to get my brush. So I'm going to get a middling sized brush, and I'm just going to get my dark blue. I got some new dark blue, which is great. And I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to just draw the line, just a kind of that shape, like that. And that's going to be just where the moon is. And then we're going to come across like this. And I'm going to start colouring in all the way across here in my dark blue. So lots of dark blue here, all the way across here. Don't make it too watery because it can run down the page. I mean, I don't want that. Here we go, all the way down here. And remember, you can look back at this on Facebook later on, and I'll put them up on YouTube as well. So if you miss any bits, don't worry about it. So we just start triangle, a little baby kind of a triangle, and then this shape, cut out, big shape, and then the legs here and then the tail. So it's quite an easy shape to draw, so it's not too hard a one. But just take your time, don't rush, because you're going to say, you can always go back and have a look at it. Okay, so here we go. Now we put a little bit in between our trees. We can always go back over this and make it a bit darker if you want. You know what I mean? If you miss any bits. I'm sort of going through it fairly fast at the moment. A little dip of water, not too much water. And now we're going to mix a colour for himself. Now he's a kind of a grey shade, okay? Now there's different ways of making grey, I think, as you know. Most people say black and white, but for this, because he's fur, if you look at that colour, see all the different colours that are in that. Look, sometimes it's more browny, sometimes it's more bluey, and then other times it's just a middle grey. And how do you get that? I think we've shown you before, but I'm going to show you again each time. So we get our white, and we get the blue into the white, so we get and then we add a bit of brown. And what's great about this is each time we put it on the page, it's slightly different, because remember it's fur, so it's not always going to be exactly the same. You don't want to get the same colour exactly each time. So I'm going to mix a bit of a brown, a bit of blue, and a bit of white, and you can see it's kind of like different shades going through it there. If you see, look, some of it's a bit brownier, some of it's bluier. And now what we do is we start to do this. Look, now watch the way I'm painting it. And this is something that's really handy to know, even when you're for when you're actually older. It's just, rather than just painting up and down, do it like that. See, because immediately it starts to look furry, and that's why. Or I didn't take. You know what? I meant to rub out this line too a bit. Doesn't really matter too much because we're going over with the paint. We're quite dark. Keep that bit of a line there. Look, see that bit? Doesn't matter if you don't get it on. You can keep a little bit at the top too. You see? Okay, just a bit in the middle. Not bother it. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to just smudge that. Now see, I'm not using a lot of water. So kids, you don't use an awful lot of water on it. Because if you use too much water, it just gets watery. Whereas if you get a little bit of water, it gets nice and see, because it already, you can see it kind of looking furry. I'm going to put a bit down his tail. Like that, a little bit on his leg, like that. Now it's getting a little bit dry there, so a little tiny bit more water, and then we're going to bring it up here. I'm going to add a bit more, and you can just add a bit more as you go along like that. Look, and I'm not being too fussy. You see, there's a little bit of yellow got in it there because there's a bit of yellow on thing, but that's okay. That's okay too. And I'm going to just bring it across over here. I'll put a bit more white in that. It's a bit too dark. Bring it over down here. Down the side of his leg. Too dark. I'm just going to, you know, just directly put. If you get it too dark, just put a bit of white on top of it, and it'll melt it back into it. Okay, and across over top of his ear, and over to where his other ear is. Can you see there? Don't get in front of it now. I'm not used to where this camera is at the minute. And work on top of it. Okay, so here we go. Now this bit here, I'm going to make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to put less white in it. Still white, but a little darker than the other one. So a bit of brown in my blue, like that. the brown and my blue, a little bit of white in it, and we're going to make it a bit darker than the other one, okay? So, there we go. So dark in there, look. And that's going to be darker in the front like that, look. Because it's darker underneath. And don't mind if it's a little bit, tiny bit bluey, because when it's a little bit bluey, it gives it look like a nighttime. Because often you see at nighttime, things look a bit bluey. We did another one before with a nighttime look, and it was the same. So I'm going to put a little bit dark down this side of his leg, because remember the moon is over here, so the shadow will be over this side. And we're going to make this under his belly. You can make a bit of dark, look. See between his legs. Remember that line we did up here on his leg? Just go this side of his line like that. And a little bit down this back leg. Like that, see? And we can do the same on the front of this leg. And that's why we can use that line that we came up into his body with. And we can do a bit on his tail. And you can just see the way I'm doing a little scraggy little way, doing it like that kind of. And we can even just do little bits in and on his body like that, look. See? And it gives it a kind of furry kind of feel to it, look. And so I'm just using up the paint like that, look. Just using it up. Now I'm going to get another darkish bit, so I'm going to get really a brown and the blue with no white in it at all. So just the brown and the blue together, so it's a very dark colour, okay? And I'm going to colour in our two triangles here, look. Don't worry about his eye, yeah? And this one over here. There we go. And I've got a little dab on his nose now, make it more definite. Now you see he's starting to look like a badger, you see? With a stripy look on his face. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start doing some of the green. And again, remember, it's night time, so we're going to put a bit of blue into our green. So get our blue. There's my green. It's a nice bright green I have. Depends on the green you have too. But you still add a little bit of the bluey shade into it. And see the way it gives it that kind of a nighttime look. And again, I'm just putting little in the spaces there. You just do little spaces first. I'm going to do them. Just get them out of the way. Now, and then I'm going to go a bit and nice and again up. See that way I'm doing this way up and down rather than going across. I don't go across. I go up and down. And why? Because that makes it look like grass. You see, so it makes it a grassy feel. So I'm mixing just my blue and my green all the time together. So there you go. We bring it up in here, and we can bring it up in the background. I'll make it a little bit lighter over here and up here, and we add more of the bluey green. Now I'm going to show you now in a minute, because we're going to come back on this in a minute, because we'll make a shadow on him as well. So we're going to have, there we go. Oh, just up and down like that. And so if you have any suggestions at all, please let me know, and I'll put them in the tub the next time. So here we go, look. And don't forget you can join the Children's Art page. Hi Terry, a new camera today. I'm on my right hand again. I think I look like I'm on my right hand this time. Yes, so you can join the Children's Art Group page as well on the page. And put up your work if you'd like to put up any of your work you're doing. So now, see, I'm going to put a shadow underneath them. So I'm going to put a bit more blue into my green. So look, a more bluey colour, and I'm going to put a shadow in here, all the way from his tail, and I'm going to work it across here, all the way across there like that. Now, and now we're going to do the tree. So for the tree, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, again, it's the same kind of colours. It's my blue, no, without my green, that is, my blue and my white and my brown together. And I'm going to just make a tree colour down here like that, look. And all the way down here as well, like that. On the side. I have a bit of masking tape here, so don't mind that there. And I'm going to make a whiter bit coming along the edge like that. Look, that's a bit of yellow gone in that. Don't want the yellow. White bit coming down like that. Look. Another white bit coming down. I've got a bit of yellow in it. That doesn't matter. And I'm going to put a slightly bit darker one over the very edge here, look. So that means more blue-brown into it, look. And what you do is you get a nice feel that it looks like a roundy tree like that. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to get my smaller brush and I'm just going to put in 2 eyes on them. So I'm going to put in 2 little white eyes on them. So come down about here and about here like that. And there we have it. Now, what we're going to do now is you could probably need to let this dry. If it's too wet, because it's quite wet now, but I'm going to go through it anyway. So I'm going to start by going around his body. Now we did this before when we did the animals. We're going to do like the lines. Remember the lines? We're going to make them like in scraggy like that. Look. See? And again up like that. And we do one across his belly, and we can do little up and down lines. See how I'm doing it? Look. See, up and down like that. Little scraggy lines. And I'm going to do the same up this leg. And we can let it go up into the body. That's why I said leave a little bit of that line up there. And his back leg is the same. And this leg here. And we go up this leg here. And we can come up across his belly. And down this side. And up all the way up here. And we can put a nice bit across his top, and we come around here. We can do it a little bit into his back like that. Look, and the same up along, all the way across his back as well. Look, like that. And you can do it down his tail, same way. Maybe big ones down his tail because his tails are kind of bushy, like that. And even on his head now, we can do little smaller ones in his head like that. Look. We'll go over his nose, make that more definite. A little line down there. And the same on this side of his head. And go over his ear. And we can go around his eye, and we give him a little eyeball as well, like that. Look. See, give him a little eyeball, makes all the difference. And coming up over this ear. And down the side there, with that little bit there. And his eyeball again, and put a little eyeball in here. And we're going to come down our tree then as well. Like that. And we can put little lines on the tree, just like little cross lines like that. Because you know the way you get those, the barks, they kind of have that kind of roundy kind of lines going on young trees. You can have that kind of a little small little lines. Don't make them go right across. Just a few on and off, and don't make them too even, so they're up and they're all different sort of, some of them 1, 2, 3, maybe one on this side, other one on that side. And what we can do now is get our last little bit is to come back with our light grey, which our light grey is our blue, brown and our white, but we add lots of white in it. So it's just a little bit grey. And I'm just going to put a few little bits on his, that's a little bit too browny or too dark, a little more white, and a few little thicky bits like that, look, on his face. And we're going to come with a little few bits down his back as well, like that, look. Just where the light is shining on his back like that. So it's the same blue, brown and white all the time, but just more white. Sometimes you use more white, sometimes you use less. A little bit on his tail. And a little bit on his shoulder as well, so. Up here like that, just a little bit, just makes it look like there's a moonlight is shining on him. Because we've got a moon in the sky. Now you could go back over that again a little bit more, just to give it a little bit of a darker bit, but I'll leave that for now. Because you have to, and then a little bit, you do all different shades. See the way I'm doing little baby bits? And always hold your brush nice and far back as well. Oh, that's a bit too blue. Just put a little bit of blue, white on that. Now, you see, it makes it look like the moon is shining on him. You see, so it makes him look nice and furry and roundy. So it's very easy to do, and also remember you can always look back at this at any time, because it'll be up on Facebook, and I'll also be putting it up on YouTube as well, so you can see it. You could if you want, you could put through little bits through the grass like that, and we give it with a dark pencil or something like that. It gives it a kind of another little touch to it. Give it a little scraggy kind of again, sort of longer. It's just another little idea to it. You don't have to do that. maybe under his legs, you could do it like that, and long under his, see, like that. Give that along like that. Now, there we go. And that's our badger even for today. Now, so the last thing we have to do is we're going to just check. Kate would like to see a baby bear in a cave. Oh, okay. I'm glad you like the lighting. Yep, just a little bit of light there makes all the difference. It just makes it that sort of 3D kind of a look. I'm kind of looking at this while I'm talking to you because I've got the laptop here and I've got the camera there, so I'm confused. I'm not used to that. Okay, a baby bear, and I just have to get a piece of paw hair somewhere here. Because I started clearing the table a while ago, which wasn't a great idea because I have lots of bits of paper here. I have to find some here. Bit of paper it is. Okay, here we go. So it's a baby bear in a cave. Okay, so there we go. That's going to go into the pot. So let's see what we're going to do next time. I'm just going to give it a, there it is. Let's give it a shake around, a good shake. Here we go. Now let's see what I have to get. I haven't a clue what I'm going to get. Go. Here we go. Aha, what's this? And we have a baby turtle. A baby turtle. I think that was that Kate's one. I'm not sure it was that Kate's one. So it's a baby turtle, separate from a big turtle. One of those little baby turtles in the sea. That'll be quite nice. A little sea turtle. That'll be lovely. Okay, so that's next time. And that is on Tuesday. So today's Saturday. Okay, so listen, thanks very much again for joining me. And as I say, you can check back on this, and you can put, if you want to join the kids art page, children's art page on Cairn Hill Art, you can, and put your work up there afterwards. I'd love to see it. And any more suggestions even afterwards, put them in the comments and I'll read them and I'll put them in the jar. All right, thanks again, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.